How you going, people? Hey, this one's pretty good. So I'm going to piss some people off in this video, and you're going to be pissed off because I'm going to go against what I've always told you to do. Because there's no absolutes when you're dealing with government, tyranny, or just about any situation. There's usually exceptions to the rule. So these guys do a search warrant on this guy's house for an unlawful gun, and I'm going to critique on what he does right and what he does wrong, and I'm going to give you the cops' perspective. And the cops did okay. If you can hear me sucking on this lozenge, I still got this cold, so I got a Ricola in my mouth if you hear that slushing around. Sorry about that. All right, so here we go.
Yes, my kids and wife, so if you could please show respect.
Hey, Jacob, can we talk to you real quick?
I'm not going to say anything. You guys can do what you want to do. And what I don't give consent for search or seizure or anything.
No, we have a search warrant, so I'm not asking for your consent.
Okay, I don't want.
Okay, so I had this on 1.5 or 1.25, so it seems like they're talking fast. If you want to watch it slow or give this guy any type of comment or suggestion, here's the guy that's posted it. He said they searched his home. Here's his email address. So I'm going to give him some free advice, but I'm not sure it's going to help him. It might help him on the next time. So let's go back to what he just says here.
Can we talk to you real quick?
I'm not going to say anything. You guys can do what you want to do.
Okay. I've always said don't talk to the cops. That's good advice. This guy is not talking to cops. But he's not helping himself. Rick, you always said if you talk, they'll use it against you. They will use it against you. So you don't want to talk about the crime or criminal offenses, but you want to get information from them. And if they're willing to talk to you, then you should encourage that talk. See, government always encourages you to talk so they can get things they can use against you. You, as a pesky citizen, needs to learn to encourage them to talk and give up what they know and let them make stupid comments, let them make stupid allegations, and keep them talking. This guy keeps shutting them down. No, I'm not saying anything. No, I'm not cooperating. No, I'm not. And I'm okay with him not talking or making any incriminating statements or answering their questions. But if they want to explain something, let them explain. You may be able to use that against them. You're recording. They're recording. Let them talk. They're not the sharpest tools in the shed. They will say something you can use against them in court. But here we go.
And what I don't give consent for search or seizure or anything.
No, we have a search warrant, so I'm not asking for your consent.
Okay, I don't want.
Okay, so the cop, and look, these are DOJ cops. DOJ cops in California is the same as the Texas Rangers in Texas. They're basically the state cop investigators. So they put on these uniforms, they go out and do these little warrants. They're not special, they're not great, they're not the FBI. Ooh, the Texas Rangers. In California, ooh, it's DOJ. Look, man, they're freaking cops who went through an academy and they got hired up there, either because they wanted more money, their degree, or whatever. DOJ runs ABC, alcohol, beverage, they run all kind of crap. Basically, they're the state cops, and they're not the greatest, what I call street savvy. They don't handle calls. They don't do a lot. They're normally pretty inexperienced cops. They do a pretty good job of being fairly polite, get a little arrogant. They're looking for a reason to jump on this guy. They bring, I don't know, 8, 10 people to search for a lower firearm that he legally tried to register. That's why registration is bad. So they have his address, they have his cars, and then they went and got a warrant. So this guy right here says, he's hold his hands up, shut up. I don't need your consent. I have a search warrant. And the cop is absolutely right. I can't tell you the number of times I've done a search warrant and the person says, I don't give you consent. You can't come in here. Guess what, dude? I can come in here. I got a freaking warrant. If you try to stop, delay, or impede me, then you go to jail for another offense. I got a warrant. Here's a copy. Shut up. Sit down. Now, Rick, you're a bootleg jackhammer. No. I mean, look, I'm not dealing with guys who are registering. I'm dealing with freaking gangbangers and criminals and real search warrants. Not this bullshit to where it takes 8 cops to go get a gun that's not even a gun. You're just looking for a low receiver that I got. I mean, this is like, hey man, this dude bought 4 pounds of potato chips and there was a 2-pound limit and we're going to go get a search warrant. We're going to go get all 4 pounds of potato chips. That's what this warrant is. Total bullshit. But it's still an infringement. However, once a cop gets a warrant, they are 100% covered. They can do just about anything, and it's going to be justified under the cover of, I have a court order ordering me to be here. And anybody that tries to delay or influence my search when I'm following this court order goes to jail. So, I'm not saying delay, but I'm saying let them explain. Don't be so smart and know that you don't have to say nothing, that you shut down the cops and you don't let them, give them some rope so they can step on their own dick.
Want to talk? We're not talking at all. So do what you're going to do.
All right, do me a favor. Step over here, please. Step over here.
Oh, so you're going to go inside without me? Without me?
Knock on the door. They're gonna...
So this guy's like, oh, you want to search without me? Yeah, we can search without you. As a matter of fact, I can handcuff you if you want to be a jerk and I want to be a jerk. I can handcuff you and stuff you in the back of my car until I do a protective sweep your house. I can make all your kids and your wife sit on a couch in a controlled area and be a jerk. These cops didn't do that, but they could have. Perfectly acceptable when you're doing a search warrant, you're running around a house, there's weapons in the house, you don't have friendly ground, you don't know where everything's at, you don't know where the weapon's at, you clear a couch and you said, I never allowed people to follow me around or to have free roam when I was doing a warrant. I didn't handcuff everybody, but I'd probably say I handcuffed 98% of the people when I was doing a search warrant. You get handcuffed, I pat you down for weapons, I search the couch, and I set you on a couch. And I say, don't move. And if you're really cooperative and I don't feel you're a threat and I feel like you're kind of a victim and you're just there and you don't have any clue and you're probably not the focus of my investigation, then I might handcuff you in the front. I might take the handcuffs off. If you ask me if you want to go to the bathroom, I will go clear the bathroom and I will have somebody escort you to the bathroom, let you go to the bathroom and bring you back. But if you're I ain't got nothing to say, don't talk to me, nope, I ain't saying nothing, I know my rights, don't talk to me, I don't want to hear it, then I'm not doing you any favors. So this guy, although he's pissed, it's righteous, this is a bullshit warrant. I'm just telling you people, you gotta deal with government when they have the power and authority and control. You can make it worse or you can make it better. So these cops now are going to be able to say in court, if they misstepped, if they didn't tell him something they should have, if they broke the law, their defense is going to be, every time we try to talk to this guy, he said he didn't want to hear it. So we stopped talking to him. The reason why he didn't get the information that you're saying we should have gave him is because he kept telling us to shut up and he didn't want to hear it. So now he has given them a defense if they screwed up because he was so worried about knowing his rights. Look, knowing you have the right to remain silent is one thing. That right means don't incriminate yourself, don't answer questions, don't think that they're doing you a favor, you're doing them a favor. This is an adversarial relationship. They are trying to fuck you and charge you with a freaking felony and put your ass in prison. They are not there to be your friends. I get it. But he could have handled this better with these cops and got more information.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just for our safety. We don't know if you called them before. We don't know.
Yeah, I could see that.
So
Okay.
it's just for our safety reasons. So I'm going to explain to you what's going on. So you have an idea what's going on. All right?
I already know what's going on. I don't even need to hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't want.
I already know what's going on. I don't want to hear it. Let him explain. Maybe he would misstate. Maybe he would say something you could use. Maybe he would say, you know what? You damn citizens keep trying to buy these damn guns and we're tired of it. Maybe he would step on his dick and you cut him off because you have a right to remain silent. Just because you have a right to remain silent doesn't mean the cop has to. Now you can keep saying, I don't want to hear it. And you know, you're going to find one of these cops out of the 8 that is going to take this personal and want to make an example out of you. And if you go out poking everybody looking for a fight, sooner or later, somebody's going to poke you back. So is it really time to be poking when they have a search warrant? They're lawfully there. There's 8 of them. Your wife and kids are in the house and you don't want to make it worse. I would have been extremely happy that they didn't handcuff us and they didn't restrict my kids. I would have been like, hey man, I appreciate you doing that. I get it. You're doing a job. If they ask me a question, I'm sorry, I'm not answering any questions. I get you got a job, I'll listen to you, but I'm not answering any questions. You can say whatever you'd like. He didn't do that. He also messed up big time in here, and I'll get to that in a minute.
I want to hear it, man. But it's
Well,
nothing.
What we're going to tell you
nothing,
is if the gun is...
It's not. I don't want to hear it. It's nothing personal.
Oh.
I don't want to hear it. It's nothing personal. You're making it personal, dude. If it wasn't personal, you wouldn't have to keep saying it ain't personal and cutting them off. It is personal. They're trying to fuck you, and you know it. How much more damn personal do you want to get? It's damn personal.
You guys are doing your job, but
I'm just telling you, if it's illegal
okay.
compliance.
You guys are doing your job. He even says I support cops in this. I'm like, really, dude? Why would you support cops doing this? Why would somebody be so programmed that when 8 stormtroopers come to your house with a search warrant in front of your kids, rummage through all your personal effects, properties, papers in your house, violate your right to privacy, then when they find a gun, they go, oops, sorry, it's not illegal, have a nice day. And you're running around saying, I really support law enforcement, I know it's you got a job. I don't support this shit. I don't blindly support anybody that abuses their authority, ignores the Constitution, and stomps on people that can't fight back. These guys do this because they have guns, and you don't. These guys do this because they've got government power to lock you up if you do anything that you don't try to stop them from doing this. So don't run around and keep this blind support of law enforcement. It drives me nuts. When I retired, I was so pro law enforcement. I was stopping. If I saw a cop on the side of the road, it looked like he was getting aggressive, I'd pull over, 20, 50 feet behind him and watch and make sure he didn't get in a fight in case I had to help him. I was always looking out for my brother officers. I wouldn't. If a cop was getting his ass beat now, I'd give a thumbs up and keep driving. These cops of today are not the same of 20 years ago, people. They are absolutely enemy of the Constitution and enemy of free citizens. They justify their jobs. They will tax you. They will arrest you. They will follow orders, and they will totally screw your life over and not think twice about it and then feel good about it at the end of the day. These are not the police that you should be supporting, in my opinion. Oh, that girl has a nice ponytail. Wonder what she was doing. Oh, she's going to be here helping out. She'll probably search and find the gun. And, man, she was really good in the academy about searching.
Yeah, if that can be
Hi, what's up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cops so far.
Let him know what they're looking for and where it is, and that they don't have to.
No, we're not going to be helping you at all. I've already explained that multiple times.
6 cops.
All I ask is you respect that my 4 little kids are here.
Okay.
We're not going to be assisting at all. You guys can do your thing.
Okay.
But we're not consenting to search or see.
Okay. The guy has said this. He's like a broken fucking record. And he's irritating me. I'm not even a cop doing there. I don't even support cops. But if I was a cop there, he's irritating me. Dude, I got a search warrant. We're looking for a freaking gun. Would you stop telling me you're not cooperating? You don't want to talk to us. You don't want to hear. I get it. Just because you don't want to say something, I can say what the fuck I want. So this guy is so damn busy. It's this passive aggressive. Oh yeah, I support you cops. Oh yeah, I understand. We're not helping. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear it. I'm calling my lawyer. I don't want to. He just sounds like he may be a nice guy and I think he got screwed here, but he's so damn busy being right about not talking to the cops that he's screwing himself. And I'll get to that.
Okay.
End of story.
No, I understand that.
End of story. End of story. So this woman's running around free and the kids are running around free. Now look, you people don't know this who haven't worked in really crime-ridden neighborhoods. Mothers will send their kids to get weapons, to hide dope, to do anything. So kids don't get to run around free in a house that I'm searching. Mom doesn't get to run around free. They could have immediately said, look, you guys ain't walking around. We're searching this house for weapons. We don't know who else is here. Have a seat on the couch, grab your kids, have them sit on the couch, and nobody get off the couch. And you know what? I might have done that here. I'm not a pro freaking treat people like shit, but these cops are being pretty damn good. But like I said, these guys aren't street savvy. They're used to doing warrants on, somebody bought 4 pounds of potato chips instead of 2 pounds, and they violated the limit. Whatever.
Okay. And if you remember, you're on video.
So now he wants to get into this. I'm not saying anything. He sure is saying a lot for somebody that don't have nothing to say. So the victim here is irritating me, and I'm not even trying to defend the cops. But I end up defending the cops, and guess what? When the jury sees this, they're going to see the cops were pretty good. The jury's never going to see this. There was no crime. And he thinks he's going to have a lawsuit. He can't sue. They've got a court order. They were there on a court order, judge order. They're all protected. Nobody's getting sued over this. He's got a lawyer. He's playing Mr. I know all the law. You know what? He ain't getting nothing. And he let them run around the house and probably exposed himself to more exposure of crime because he was being a dummy and he didn't think smart. And I'll get to that.
Why are my daughters, that's great, I'm glad. Why are my daughters not with my wife right now?
Because your wife came down and opened the door.
So now we're going to start asking the cops why the daughters aren't with the wife. Again, you're being accusatory, you're being argumentative, you're running your mouth, and we've allowed you and your wife to allow to be free. Rick, it's America. We're allowed to be free. You ain't allowed to be free when I'm doing a search warrant. I'm sorry. You're just not. Those are the rules. Don't get mad at me. Those are the freaking rules that your elected representatives and your Supreme Court judges have said. These are the rules. Cops are allowed to secure and do protective sweeps when doing search warrants. And we can detain anybody in the house for our safety so they don't roam around and either hide evidence, destroy evidence, or grab a weapon. So it would have been very easily to put every swinging dick in this house and non-swinging dicks on the couch sitting down. And if you get up off the couch, then you're going to be handcuffed. Then if you get off, I'm going to charge you with obstruction. So, you can call me what you want, but look, people, there's one thing about being, hey, I don't have the upper hand. I know not to make any admissions. I know not to answer any questions because it'll screw me. And it's another to keep nagging the cops and trying to piss somebody off.
Can I go up with you?
Okay, so can she go back up now?
Hey, you guys can go up there.
I'm not trying.
Can she go back up now? No, she can't. Now what? Now what do you want to say? Well, I know my rights. I don't have to talk to you. Well, then quit fucking talking.
I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Yes, I said I'm going to sit down 3 times. I provided.
Okay, so they finally made him sit down, and now he wants to argue. Look, I said I'm going to sit down 3 times. You know what, dude? You're just pushing for some angry bald cop who missed his donut this morning to go, you know what? I don't have to ask you to sit down 3 times. I can handcuff you and I can physically sit you down. Is that the way you want to play? Rick, you're a big bootleg jackhammer. Dude, I'm telling you, you can make a situation worse or better. Look, you guys who all want to do this little bullshit in your face, argue, I know my rights and crap, that's great. Look, either pull out a gun and shoot it out or shut up and let them do what they're going to do and help yourself. Don't help them. This guy is not helping himself, and he's helping them.
I was walking towards the chair. So.
Can you bring the girls down, please?
It'll be a lot easier to just direct us to it, so we don't have, because, like I said...
Okay, I already said I'm not going to say anything. You guys...
See, the guy was trying to explain that, hey, we already told you, we already sounded like I was saying. He keeps cutting them off. Here's his big mistake. When a search warrant is served on you, you get a copy of the warrant. He has a copy of the warrant already. In that warrant, we must list with specificity on what items we are looking for. They are looking for one lower receiver of an AR-15. That's what's on the warrant. Guess what, you big dummy, Mr. I know my rights, I don't have to talk to you. Once they have that one item, they no longer have the ability to search for that item. You can shut this search down by giving them the one thing they're looking for. Well, Rick, that's an admission. It's not an admission. He already knows he knows they're going to find it. It's in the house. He's not trying to hide it. It's not illegal. He handled this totally wrong in the way that he could have helped himself. There'll be people here attacking me talking about, man, you're big. He's a Second Amendment. I thought you were for the citizens. You're taking a cop side. You're just a big jackhammer. Whatever, people. Look, if somebody comes in my house and says, I'm looking for this pistol because it's reported stolen and you bought it at a pawn shop on this date and we have a search warrant, guess what I'm going to do? I do have that pistol. Hang on, I'll get it for you. Come with me. I'm going to grab the pistol, give it to them. Now their search warrant is invalid. They have no reason to search or look or at anything. This freaking idiot who knows his freaking rights ain't going to help them, ain't going to answer questions, and they get to run through his house and look for something else. Maybe they'll find a couple chemicals that are sitting next to each other that could be made for an explosives, and we can add that and arrest him and his wife. just for GP. Rick, you're being just baby. I'm telling you what government will and what government can do. And if you don't want to listen to me and make me out to be the bad guy because I'm telling you the rules, well, then go to another channel. I'm not begging you to watch me. I'm trying to educate your dumb ass on what government will do to you and what they'll use to get your ass in freaking prison and how they'll use what you do against you. You do not have to answer questions. That doesn't mean you have to be a dick and shut them down and antagonize them and make it worse and be so uncooperative that because of your dumbass maneuver, now you have 8 cops running around your house looking in every crevice, maybe find a pill that fell out of a prescription drug and go, oh, he's got prescription drugs that aren't in the capsule. Oh, there's a prescription drug on the counter. One of his kids could have got this. We might have a child abuse issue here. Let's call CPS. We're going to take his kids. I think these child are in danger because he's got prescription drugs available to him, which I would have never found had Mr. Dickhead, who I'm not going to say nothing, told me where the gun was, and then we wouldn't have been in here searching. So this guy screwed the pooch on protecting himself by being Mr. I know the law. I don't have to say nothing. I mean, this guy just drove me nuts watching this video. I was like, dude, shut the fuck up if you don't want to talk. Quit antagonizing him. If all they want's the freaking gun and the gun's there, give it to them. They're going to find it sooner or later. Why let them run around, tear your house up, possibly find something out, prolong the contact of 8 officers in your house? Anytime you can reduce the contact with police and government, you ought to be doing that. Had this guy been really smart, he would have read the search warrant, said, you're looking for this gun with this serial number? Here, I'll go get it for you. Come on. He would have walked an officer in. He would have gave it to him. None of these officers would have even entered his house. The search warrant would have been invalid because now they had the item they were looking for. Therefore, they have no authority to search anymore, and they would have left. If he had been really smart, that's what he would have done. Well, Rick, that's giving evidence against him. Look, people, if you got the gun in your house and you wouldn't register it like a dumbass, and now they're serving a warrant because you have it, they know you got it. Even if they don't find it. If they want to charge you, they're going to say, you went in the store, we tried to do it, we got video footage, we saw you with the gun in your hand, what did you do with it? Now you're unlawfully selling it, you're transferring, now you're... Look, they got you. They got a warrant. They went to a judge, they went to the DA and said, we believe this warrant is perfectly valid. They got a warrant by saying, we believe this guy tried to register a lower receiver that is a pistol or whatever the hell the warrant is, whatever the warrant was for, a machine gun. I don't know. I haven't seen a warrant. But they're only looking for that one piece of evidence. Anytime you can give the evidence on what they're looking for, you invalidate the warrant. You invalidate their reason for being there. Then you can be a dick. Get the fuck off my property. You have what you were looking for. This warrant has been served. Have a nice fucking day and slam the door in their face. I got no problem with that because now you're in control and it's your world now. But right now, as long as they have the warrant and you don't want to give them what they're looking for, they can stay there for 6 hours or 24 hours searching every corner. They can go dig up your backyard. They can turn every tool in your garage over. They can dig up trees. They can do whatever they want to find that item. And you know where it's at and you can give it to them and you want to be, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't cooperating. I know my rights. I'm calling my lawyer. I already told you my kids are going to walk around and I'm going to be Mr. freaking smart guy. Dude, when this guy watches this video, he's probably going to be pissed at me because I made him look like a dumbass. But dude, you were a dumbass. You screwed the pooch. At least you didn't talk to him and make admissions of criminal act. But you know you had the gun. You know they were going to find it. Give it to him. Get him out of your house. Be smarter instead of freaking trying to prove that you're smarter when you're really proving that you're freaking dumb and you don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Have what you're going to do.
I'm letting you know we do have the search warrant. As you can see, it's right in front of you.
I don't consent to any search.
Part of the search warrant is search of any place where the gun could be at. Okay, so that could be any crevice, any...
And I don't like these freaking cops destroying and manipulating our flag. A lot of people, what do you think of the blue line flag, Rick? I think it's bullshit. I don't think they should be able to mar and disparage the American flag for their own freaking gang blue line bullshit. I don't think agencies ought to allow it. I don't think the government ought to allow it. I think it ought to be a freaking hate symbol. It's a gang symbol for cops. It's saying that we are unity. We'll protect. We're the blue line. We'll lie for each other. We will do whatever we have to do against you pesky citizens because we are the blue line gang. I don't like it. So before somebody asks, man, what did you think about the blue line? Now I covered it.
Box anywhere. Instead of us going digging through everything,
Okay.
you can direct us to exactly where it is. We're just
This is very good of this cop to tell him that. To me, that tells me this cop is like, dude, we don't really want to be here. We don't want to be searching through your house. We just want the gun. If you give it to us, we'll leave. This guy's too damn busy being smart. He's the dumbest smart person I know. He's so damn busy being smart saying I ain't going to talk. He don't want to hear what this guy was saying. He don't want to get him out of the house. What a freaking dummy.
us any box anywhere. Instead of us going digging through everything,
Okay.
you can direct us to exactly where it is. We're just looking for this one firearm. That's it. We're not looking for anything else. We're not looking for
Hi.
this and that.
Okay, I'm gonna call my lawyer.
See, I'm going to call my lawyer now. Hey, bad move, people. This guy should have went, look, I know you're going to find it. It's in my freaking house. Now, if the gun wasn't there, then I'd have went, I got nothing to say. But if the gun was there and I didn't hide it to where I was thinking I hid it to where I don't think they're going to find it, so I'm not going to help them. But they found it sitting like on a table in a closet or something. It was right out in the open. He knows it's there. Why not just say it's right there? If that's all you're looking for, here. Have a nice day. Thanks. I mean, why? Because he's too smart. He's too busy being smart, knowing his rights, that he don't have to say nothing. Jesus Christ. I hated freaking lawyer, people that I had to deal with that thought they were freaking lawyers.
Daddy, is it your water?
Yeah, that was mine.
You guys moved here from Texas?
For law enforcement, but any questions, man? No, I know. All due respect, I support law enforcement, but
All due respect, I support law enforcement. What is with this all due respect? It's like saying, I want to be honest with you. You're a dickhead. With all due respect, I support law enforcement. Really? I don't support law enforcement, and I ain't going to say it to no damn cop, because I don't support them. I think they're all blue freaking line tyrants. We have no control over our law enforcement. They don't care about the Constitution or the citizens. I don't support them. This guy, I support law enforcement. Really?
The chairs are fine if you want to sit down.
If he gave him the gun, they'd be gone. If he really cared about his kids and wife being disturbed, see, now he's going to try and claim my kids were traumatized and the police were in the house with guns and my kids are They didn't lock the kids up. They didn't set them down. And you know what? We would have left. We even told him that all we wanted was a gun and we would leave. He was so uncooperative and refused to listen to us. He caused the trauma to his kids. It's not us. We were willing to leave. We wanted to leave. But we couldn't leave without the gun because we had a court order saying, find this gun. And he didn't want to cooperate. So if anybody's to blame for his kids, it's him. Hell, maybe we ought to open a CPS case on his ass for endangering his kids. Because he's the one that escalated and made these cops stay longer than they needed to.
Water.
Oh, there's Miss Ponytail. She's not even searching. She just shows up to stand around. Hell, she don't even have to search. Man, must be nice. But Rick, she's just as good. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
yes, and
Oh, she looks busy. She's checking her emails. She's emailing all her friends and families. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a search warrant. We're on this gun search warrant. Very dangerous. Very dangerous. We're heroes. Okay.
it's funny, huh?
I'm actually okay with this cop. He's being pretty. I think he's the case agent. He's the one that's talking to him. He's got the folder. He tried to explain to the guy. He tried to make it short. I'm okay with this cop's behavior 100%. They haven't handcuffed him. They haven't handcuffed his wife, and his kids are still running around playing. Cops are doing pretty good. Look, I don't think they ought to be there. I think this is a bullshit warrant. I don't think a DA or a judge should have signed off. I don't think this should be happening. However, it is happening, and they're right because they have a court order, and they're being pretty decent about it, in my opinion. And there's the gun. Wow. That was hard. I could have gave him that freaking 15 minutes ago and had him out of my house. I could have told him and I'd bring it to him to the front door and have one officer come in with me, and they probably would have done that. But I'm smart. I know the law. I know my rights. I don't have to talk to you. Okay. Wow, that's really good.
Jacob, so we found what we're going to try to inspect. It is not a assault weapon, so we're going to leave it.
It is not an assault weapon. So he said, we found what we wanted to inspect. This tells me that I don't think this is a search warrant. This is an inspection warrant, which is a ruse for a search warrant. An inspection warrant is almost like an administrative warrant. If I had a house and somebody was complaining about a lot of code enforcement, or the kids might be in danger and they won't let CPS in or whatever, I can get an administrative inspection warrant, and it's still a court order. It still allows me to go in there, but I'm not going in and necessarily seize evidence. I'm going in to see if the crime that I suspect is going on. So it sounds like this might be an inspection warrant, which legality-wise, I'm not sure how legal they are. I don't know why they haven't been overturned or stopped. To me, it's kind of bullshit. But I can't even remember how I got them. I thought they were pretty easy to get. I may have only done 1 or 2 inspection warrants because somebody stuck me with a freaking poo-butt case. Hey, man, we need your help, man, on this inspection warrant. I'm like, really? An inspection warrant? What the hell are we doing? Oh, we got to go check something for kids. I'm like, shit, all right. All right, let's go. I'm not doing anything else. But, so I don't think I've ever written one. I'm trying to think back if somebody asked me to write one or whatever. I think I reviewed it and read it, and I kind of thought, man, this kind of sounds kind of bullshit. But anyway, so the guy says, we found what we were looking for. We inspected it. It's not an assault weapon, so we're leaving it. That tells me it's not a search warrant, because if I do a search warrant, I have to list what evidence I'm looking for, and when I find that evidence, I must seize it and turn it back into the court and say, here's what I seized on the search warrant, here's the evidence I found. So I'm thinking it might be an inspection warrant. Maybe it's a search warrant, and because there was no crime, they said we're not seizing it. I would have probably seized it anyway. If that was the basis of my search warrant, and that was on my warrant to seize, I would have probably seized it. But he says we inspected it, and we're leaving it.
We're going to forward, or your application's going to be approved. You understand?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, so we're going to leave this here. We're going to see a copy of the property receipt, or sorry, the search warrant, and we're done. All right?
Okay, he said a copy of the search warrant, and we're done. He said property receipt. Anytime we take property or evidence, we have to give them a receipt on what we seized and what we're taking. So they're not giving him a property receipt because they're not taking anything. And they were only looking for that gun. So it sounds to me like somebody took a picture, somebody reported at a gun store probably where he tried to register it or where he went to register it. That little snitch FFL called in DOJ and said, hey man, I got some guy trying to register an assault gun. And they went, you know what? You're a gun owner. You deal with guns. That makes you an expert. We'll use you as a confidential informant, and we'll say we have reason to believe he has an assault weapon. And you have the serial number, so we're going to go search his house for that serial number, and then we'll confirm whether or not it's an assault weapon. And if it is, we'll seize it, and if not, we'll let it go. And that's probably how this warrant developed.
You have any other questions? You have any questions?
I'm not talking.
Well, he's trying to give you an opportunity, because if you build that wrong.
Got any questions? I'm not talking. I'm not talking. I'm not talking. I know my rights. Great. Great.
You're going to be in trouble. So I know you probably know the law.
I was just talking to a lawyer.
Okay.
Sir, I appreciate law enforcement, but please just...
So we're just trying to help you out here and make sure you...
This cop says we're just trying to help you out. Look, I ain't trying to help nobody out. As a government employee, I'm going there to put your ass in jail and to find evidence so I can convict you in court. I am not running around doing search warrants to help people out. Okay? So, of course, they're going to lie and tell you that. And this idiot's going to lie back to him and go, I support law enforcement. You guys are really good. Back the blue. And, this is great. I support law enforcement. I ain't talking. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. I ain't talking. Okay.
Compliance with that, man.
Right now she's taking
No
over.
plans here, huh?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
No, I'm saying for you, they look just like you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't want to hear what they said. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. This guy is just one of those argumentative jerks who's going to say, oh, I support law enforcement, and then turn around and be a complete jerk. So, whatever.
Which two? I mean, get a different
These
one.
two here. I heard a little bit too. These two definitely.
Actually, at this point, I think the search warrant is done. The guy could say, if you guys are done with the search warrant and you're not taking this and you found what you got, there's no reason for you to be in my house. If you want to do paperwork, do it outside. I think it would be okay saying that. Rick, you just told him not to be a jerk. I didn't tell him not to be a jerk if he was right and if he knew the law. I just told him quit being a jerk about stupid shit that don't freaking matter. I ain't talking. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. I ain't talking. I'm calling my lawyer. None of those help him. I mean, he could have went, here's the gun. There's your search warrant complied. Get out of my house. Don't come in my house. Don't come back unless you got a warrant. See you. Have a nice day. Oh, will we inspect the gun? We don't want it. You want your gun back? Sure, I'll take it back. Give my gun. Okay, here's your gun. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye. Get off my property. I got no problem with him doing that. I got a problem with him saying, I support law enforcement. You guys have a tough job. I back the blue. But whatever, dude. And I think this cop's kind of being a jerk doing this in here. There's nothing. If he's already got a copy of the warrant, there's nothing else that this guy needs. They could do this outside. But because he's been being such a dick, they're like, we'll just stand in his house and we won't leave. He don't know what the hell he's doing. He don't know he has the right to tell us to get out. He don't know our business is done. We'll just show him and inconvenience him. That's what I think's going on here. All this over a piece of metal that's not even a gun. It's just a frame that can be made into a gun. Okay, so maybe they did give him something, a receipt saying, maybe they gave him a receipt saying they didn't take any property, they just inspected it. So, therefore, if he'd have told them to get out, they could have said, we're not finished with the search warrant yet. This paperwork you're required to get, and we're going to give it to you. We'll leave when we're finished. So he would have got his dick stepped on a little bit, but whatever.
Any questions first?
I'm not talking anymore.
The guy says, you want a copy? I'm not talking to you. What is the point of doing that, people? I know I said don't talk to the cop, they're not your friends, but if they want to give you something, if they want to try and help you, or they want to try and be polite or give you information, accept the information. They may screw up and give you something they're not supposed to. They may say a statement that you can use against them. But no, I'm not talking. I'm not saying anything. I don't want to hear it. I support you guys. I know a job's tough, but man, this guy just really turned me off. He handled this all wrong, in my opinion. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate because I'm picking on this guy and he's the victim. And I'm just telling you guys, I think he handled this pretty shitty. I think the cops did a pretty good job. The cops were right. Per the law, they had a warrant, and they were a lot more cooperative than they needed to be. They could have handcuffed, they could have detained, they could have restrained everybody in one area while they searched. They didn't. They let this guy kind of be a dick, kind of be a smart ass, kind of be freaking ignorant. I know my rights, and I don't talk to you, and you don't have, I don't have to say anything. I'm calling my lawyer, and I support you guys, but I ain't saying I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to talk to you. All right, whatever. Guys like that just, to me, are their own worst enemy. All right, so I'm sure I'll be getting hate from this guy, Hawkwatch. Hey, dude, you don't have to believe it. You don't even have to like me. I'm not trying to get you to like me. I'm just telling you could have handled this a lot better for your own benefit, not for government's benefit. I'm actually on your side, but you make it hard to be on your side. Anybody that watches this is going to have a hard time being on your side. There'll be some people that have, man, good for you, man. You didn't take any shit from the cops. Yeah, you showed them. Okay. So you showed them to let them run around your house and find a gun that you know where it was at, and you could have gave it to them, and they would have never entered your house. Yeah, man, you really showed them. All right, well, in that there,